Their faith created a new reality for themselves, their children, and the generations that followed.
Just like Abraham and Sarah, I too set out on my own personal voyage. I wasn't really looking for my roots. I thought they would slow me down and keep me from soaring. I always thought that I was missing out on what was interesting and exciting someplace else. I can identify exactly. It was magical, overwhelming. I remember feeling that all the voices around me belonged to my brothers and sisters. And then it clicked. I understood that we are all one family, from the same parents, Abraham and Sarah. We may come from all over the world.
Let's continue by following the light into the next home to discover the values that carried us throughout Aaron and his family. The first Hebrew family went down to Egypt. Then Moses, Aaron, and Miriam led us on our path back up to the Promised Land. In the centuries that followed, the descendants of Abraham and Sarah went through countless trials, events, and tribulations. With a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, God led the Jews from slavery to freedom. The pillar in front of you, and the 6 arms extending from the menorah center, are etched with the names of kings and queens, high priests, judges, and prophets and prophetesses, all links in the chain. David. Jerusalem went up in flames, and the Jewish people of ancient Israel were exiled. Usually when a nation is cut off from its historical homeland, its people and culture disappear from the pages of history. The pillars of the nation are broken, the glass is shattered. But this was not the fate of the Jewish people. Despite the destruction of the temple, they found new hope, rose from the ashes, and laid the foundation for a lengthy exile. Names of Jewish leaders are etched in the fragments before you. The fighters at Masada, the 10 martyrs, Queen Esther, individuals who in times of darkness inspired hope in an exiled nation, strengthening their commitment to Jewish identity and preserving their longing to return to the land of Israel.
Next year in Jerusalem. Next year in the Holy Land. Right after the destruction of Jerusalem, it was a prayer full of hope sung by those who knew Jerusalem in its glory. As years turned to decades, decades to centuries, and centuries to thousands of years, that prayer of hope became a vow sung by people promising themselves that they'd return to a city they'd never seen.
Aqui no fundo, hein? Então mais de 8 metros.
A mikvah, ritual bath from the Hasmonean era, a Herodian wall from the Second Temple era, and a Roman bathhouse. The pillar of tradition rises high from within these ruins and reflects deep into their foundations. Engraved on this pillar are the names of the sages of the Mishnah and the Talmud and their commentators. the torchbearers ensuring that our tradition is passed on to the next generation, all links in the chain. Our customs and rituals, passed from one generation to the next, have sustained us. Wherever Jews were in the world, our tradition kept us connected to our chain of generations. The Shabbat candles brought light to every dark corner and warmth to every heart. We celebrated the holidays, sitting in huts in Sukkot, and around the Seder table on Passover. On Purim and Hanukkah, we celebrated the many miracles and wonders that saved us. We marked bar and bat mitzvahs, got married under a chuppah, breaking a glass to remind us of Jerusalem's destruction.
Debaixo do templo, a uns 10 metros de profundidade estão. Ali é o piso original do templo.
The flame of the Jewish people, but failed. The Nazis resorted to the ultimate evil, systematic genocide, the mass extermination of the Jews. 6 fractures, 6 million links cut off from the Jewish people. Engraved on these fragments are no extermination camp. Binyamin and Shira Scherzer, ages 12 and 10, and their grandmother, Bluma, Majdanek concentration camp. Mikhail Ruzhinsky, age 16, and his grandfather Yosef, and grandmother Matilda, Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. Grandfather and grandson. Cup your hands together, reach out, and hold the name of someone who was murdered in the Holocaust, someone who was torn away from the chain.
My family did not walk to their deaths, became a part of me, and I became a part of them. One nation, one family, with a shared fate.
Ancestors to return to Zion, to the Galilee and the Negev, to kibbutzim and moshavim, to towns and cities, to Revivim and Arad, to Kiryat Shmona, and to Jerusalem. Eveinu shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom alechem, Eveinu shalom. Our agricultural achievements are famous around the world, an agriculture that flourishes with limited water resources at the desert's edge. Israel is known as the startup nation, creating a range of innovations that are reshaping and improving reality everywhere. Cutting-edge life-saving research, spearheaded by Israel's leading medical institutions, are finding solutions to the world's most crucial challenges. In our renewed country, the study of Torah has also been invigorated, with intensified connection to our ethical, moral, and spiritual source. And the Israel Defense Forces is a humane, ethical army that defends the country. We are witnessing We cannot complete our journey without bowing our heads in honor of the defenders of the Jewish people who fell in the line of duty. Their names are behind glass, obscured as though
uma história inteira de um povo de Deus.
together we are one nation, one family, one chain. This chain stretches throughout all of Jewish history, supported by 4 pillars that continue to illuminate our path all the years of exile. Values, Jewish values guided our lives and ultimately reshaped the world. Hope. Even during our darkest hour, we never lost hope of coming back home and fulfilling our Jewish destiny. Tradition. Throughout our long exile, we remained dedicated to keeping the beauty of Jewish life and practice alive. We have journeyed through thousands of years of longing, carried by a collective memory of 80 generations, a dream stretched across a myriad of countries, where Jews turned daily towards Jerusalem and prayed. If one could step into a time machine, travel to the past, and ask our Jewish ancestors, how did you manage to survive for thousands of years? How did you sustain the chain that now reaches all the way to us? Here into this holy site, in joy and sorrow, to mourn and to celebrate. Every day of the year for generations are vivid evidence of our connection to this place, of the roots that ground us, comprises the people. One nation with a unique identity, one continuing story that we are all still writing together today.
Falou que ele vai continuar a história.
Each one a stone in this unbreakable eternal wall will always be our home. One voice, most of all we are one chain.
Que da hora, mano!
One voice, close and far we are one chain. Unbreakable we run.
Aleluia! Nossa, que emocionante. O Espírito Santo vem aqui nesse lugar agora. Todo mundo que estava aqui agora está no DNA.